Hey guys, we're going to do some subtraction stories today. I want you to take a look at these cubes. Let's see how many cubes we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got 7 cubes. Now, these are just 7 cubes, but let's make up a story about them. Let's pretend like they're ladybugs. They're kind of red and have a dot on them. So we've got 7 ladybugs. Now, let's just pretend that 2 of these ladybugs flew over to a leaf. So you've got 2 of the whoops, come back ladybug. 2 of the ladybugs flew over and they're over here on this leaf. Well, we started out with 7. 2 of them came over here. How many are left? Let's think about it. You started out with 7. Take a guess. We have 5 that were left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even though we just used subtraction, this makes up the same kind of number bonds that we were already doing. You originally had 7. 2 flew away. You were trying to figure out what this other part was. That's a question mark. You weren't sure what the other part was. When you have a whole, you had a group, that's your whole. And it's divided up into parts. Well, in addition, we were adding the parts together to figure out what the whole was. But in subtraction, you know what the whole thing is. You know that there were 7 ladybugs. And you know that 2 of them went away. You're trying to figure out what the other part was. Now the answer here is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this number bond, you got 5 and 2 make 7. Let's do another one. All right, look here. We've got crayons. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crayons. And you know what? Somebody came and took some of your crayons. And you have 2 left. Well, if you know that you started out with how many crayons? You had 6 to start out with, and you have 2 left. How many did they take from you? This is your whole. You started out with 6. You know one part. You know that there are 2 left, but you don't know what the other part is. So what is it? Take a guess. Boop, it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 4 and 2, these 2 parts, make up 6. Boop. Look at the top of page 42 in your book. It says there are 8 birds and 3 flew away. 5 birds were left. Underneath it, it shows you the subtraction sentence. Now, in addition sentences, you put the part and part plus part equals the whole thing. So like 2 plus 2 is 4. Well, 2 and 2 are just parts of 4. But in subtraction, you start out with the whole thing. There are 8 birds altogether. So you started out with 8, and you took 3 away, which leaves you with the other part, which is 5. It says this is subtraction, which means taking away. Look at the next page. It shows you a group of students. There are 7 students. 7 minus 2 equals 5. They just took these 7 students and they divided it up into 2 and 5. In class, we talked about number bonds. They could have divided this 7 students into 1 and 6, or they could have divided it into 7 and 0. There are more than one way to break numbers into groups. They chose to do it by boys and girls, so 2 of them are girls and 5 of them are boys. And the subtraction sentence would be that the whole thing, the whole group altogether was 7 students. minus 2 girls leaves you with 5 boys. 7 minus 2 equals 5. I want you to look at the bottom one with the rabbits. And then I want you to do pages 44 and 45 on your own.